Welcome to Kentucky Football Nation. Let's talk quarterbacks for 2025. Mark Stoops has said that it's an open competition. No starting quarterback has been named. And we got 5 quarterbacks on the roster, including 2 freshmen. But it's really going to come down to Cutter Boley or Zach Calzada. So we picked up this Zach Calzada. He played 2021 at Texas A&M, and he started 10 games. So I have a good friend who's a Texas A&M alum, and I called him up and I said, "Hey, tell me about Zach Calzada." And he said he was a good quarterback, that Jimbo Fisher messed him up. He said he has a good arm. He has a quick release. He can sling it, and he throws a very good deep ball. So if you go back and look at his highlights, even from last year at Incarnate Word, where he played 2 years, okay, it's Incarnate Word, he still can throw the deep ball. His nickname is the Cuban Missile. So he does have a very good release and a very good arm. Let's go over his stats when he played at Texas A&M. 2,200 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Now they beat Alabama that year, but they had an 8-4 record. And 8-4 at Texas A&M, they expect you to go to the national championship game. So he ends up transferring out for whatever reason. I'm sure it was pressure related. And he goes to Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word. He plays 2 years there. But last season at Incarnate Word, he had some impressive numbers. 3,744 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But he also ran the ball 105 times for 332 yards. That's 3.2 yards a carry. And he had 5 rushing touchdowns, and they went 11-3. So like I said, it's Incarnate Word. So, a couple of the interviews, he's given probably 2 or 3 interviews, and I wrote down some of the stuff that Zach said. So Zach said he likes Bush Hamden's pro-style offense. It's similar to what they ran at Texas A&M. He said when he was at Incarnate Word for 2 years that he learned how to run the ball, especially on third down. And he became a very good game manager. So that's what he got from his 2 years at Incarnate Word. We could use a nice game manager. Now, it seems to me that him and Bush Hamden have had some in-depth conversations about how we're going to use him. He said Bush Hamden expects him to run in order to extend drives. And they also talked about play action passing, because evidently Calzada is good at play action passing. So you're going to see that in our arsenal. So it sounds to me like even if he doesn't start, he's going to play. But if you look at these two physically, like I was looking at Cutter Boley just while I was giving interviews. I mean, look, the guy looks 19, 20 years old, and Calzada looks 24, and he's a little more ripped. And, of course, a lot more experience. So that's Zach Calzada, a decent quarterback. I know everybody's questioning, is this guy any good? I like what I'm hearing and seeing from him. And like I said, my good friend at Texas A&M said, no, he's a good quarterback. So I trust his judgment because he knows football. Second quarterback, of course, is Cutter Boley, 6'5", 214. Needs to fill out a little bit. If you look at him, little, skinny in the upper body there. But hey, that doesn't mean anything. Now, last year he had a 49% completion rate, 26 of 53 for 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He had 10 carries for negative 49 yards. I'm sure that was on sacks. You saw a couple of games he played in the Louisville game, and he just wasn't ready to play. But, hopefully this year he'll obviously 1 year in the system with Bush Hamden, he'll be ready to play. So it's going to come down to those 2 guys. But it sounds to me like right now Calzada has a little bit of an edge. Now we have 3 more quarterbacks on the roster. Beau Allen, we all know Beau Allen, 6'2", 233. He's a senior. Now he played at Tarleton. Now, if you remember, he transferred to Tarleton for 2022. Now they played 11 games. I happened to watch him, even though it was Tarleton and you're going against lower competition. He threw for almost 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Now, is he an SEC caliber quarterback? No. But can he make basic throws? Yes. So if he's a backup and he has to come in for a couple series, then I think he could do well. You don't want him having to start a game for you. Then we have 2 freshmen, one who sounds really good. This Saunders, 6'1", 210 from Harrisburg, PA. He threw for 10,000 yards in high school and 150 touchdowns. So that's pretty impressive numbers, but it's high school. The other freshman we got is 6'4", 213, Brennan Ward from Columbus, Ohio. And as a junior, he threw for 2,500 yards and 27 touchdowns. You never know about these freshmen, where they're going to go or if they will stay. So it remains to be seen who's going to be the starting quarterback. I think it's going to be a close competition. It's going to be a close call. Like I said, I like what I'm seeing from Zach Calzada. I like what he's saying. If you go and watch his interviews, he's saying all the right things. He's a mature kid. He's played a lot of football. He's played in the SEC. So this is not some guy we picked up who doesn't have experience. If you guys haven't heard of him, because I know I hadn't heard of him. So it remains to be seen who the starting quarterback will be. I think, like I said in my previous video on the Big Blue Wall, I think our offensive line's a lot better. I think our running game is going to be better. Now, receivers, we got a lot of good receivers that are, really good. We don't have any burners like Dane Key, Barry and Brown, but we do have Macklin and some new receivers that are good enough to run this offense and good enough to make either one of these quarterbacks, Cutter Boley or Zach Calzada, succeed. So next video we'll do wide receivers, and then we'll do running backs. Look, I'm really optimistic. Like I said in the previous video, fourth hardest schedule in the SEC, eighth hardest schedule in the country. We play 7 ranked teams. If you want to count Louisville, some people have them ranked, some don't. We played the exact same schedule we played last year, which is really off. I mean, it's kind of unfair. I wish they would switch it up a little bit, having to play Texas, Georgia, and all those people again. It's not going to be easy, but listen, let's not give up on Mark Stoops just yet, okay? So if you like this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Go Cats.